And the Holy Spirit uses it. He comes with the Word lots of times. He can come without the Word, but lots of times when you have the Word, He comes with it. And it's called the sword of the Spirit, as you know, from Ephesians chapter 6. And so He comes to be with us. And I'm not sure how this works, this idea of uniting of your heart that you might fear His name. I don't know if it works from the inside out. David would say that, unite my heart so that I can fear your name. But Solomon says it the other way. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Right? So it may be both and. I'm not sure, but we're going to explore that. And I'm not sure that I know the answer. Yes, ma'am?
Where does it say unite my heart to fear your name?
Psalm 86, verse 11. And I'm not sure what it says in the Jerusalem. I think it does say this as well. It has unite in there. I looked at it to make sure I was on good ground tonight. 86:11. It's the same thing. Yeah. Yahweh, teach me your way, how to walk beside you faithfully. Make me single-hearted in fearing your name. Same thing. Single-hearted. Unite my heart. Would you agree? That's pretty much the same. Yeah. Single-hearted. There's a place in, we're going to talk about it tonight, there's a couple of places in the Proverbs where it talks about being wholehearted. Wholehearted for God. And it's kind of fun to see some of the different words that those are my thoughts about that. Let's see what Solomon has to say and the rest of the sages that are part of the compilation of the Proverbs. As I said, it's beautiful language. We're going to spend some time with just a brief introduction. There are 10 major themes that I've identified that are on these lists here. I did them by hand, actually, from all the scriptures and all the Proverbs. And it was pretty interesting to do this in this study. Betty asked me to do this in September. And so I've been working on this and compiling a variety of this information since then. And so it's interesting to see how many scriptures there are about words and lips and your tongue, and how many there are about fools, and how many there are about the fear of the Lord, how many there are about wisdom, how many there are about... One thing that I've never heard much talked about before are paths. P-A-T-H-S, paths. And they're all over the scriptures in Proverbs. There are 65 verses that relate some way to the way or paths or so forth. So there's a bunch of these things that are outlined here. I'm going to pass some things out. First, though, anybody like puns? Do you like puns? Okay. Did you hear about the Swami who refused Novocaine during a root canal? No. You know what his goal was? Transcendental medication. Mahatma Gandhi, as you know, walked barefoot most of the time, which produced an impressive set of calluses on his feet. He also ate very little, which made him rather frail, and with his odd diet, he suffered from bad breath. This made him a super calloused, fragile mystic, hexed by halitosis. Oh, my goodness. I've got some more for when we get to wives and women in the Proverbs here. So let me pass these out. Okay, there's lots of notes here. There's 11 pages of notes. So we can work through them. This will be, we're not going to go through every part of this. I just give you the outline. The outline that is on the first page here is right from the Jerusalem Bible. It's almost word for word for everything that the Jerusalem Bible does in terms of setting up the divisions, and there's three main divisions in the text. Chapters 1 through 9 talk about wisdom for the most part, and the commendation of wisdom. And there's all kinds of ideas here. Avoid bad company, wisdom speaks, warning to the heedless, safeguard against bad company, how to acquire wisdom, the joy of wisdom, on choosing wisdom, flight from the seductress. We're going to spend some time about this other woman that is described in Proverbs. There are two women that are described in Proverbs. One is wisdom, and the other is the woman of folly, or the woman who's the adulterous woman, or the seductress, the strange woman, sometimes it's called. We're going to spend a little bit of time on that. Wisdom is personified as a female. How many of you anybody read the book The Shack at all? Willie there is William P. Young. I knew William P. Young for 30-some years. He's Paul Young to me. He goes by Paul, and I had no idea that he wrote this until about 2.5 years ago or so, but as it was just beginning to become known. But there's a great character in the book of wisdom there, portrayed by a female, and it's just a wonderful story, and he's done incredible things for the Lord through this, and he's going to continue. Then the major collection that's attributed to Solomon. I'd be glad to read an introduction, but I think I'll pass. The collections are not all Solomon here, right? Some of them are collections of Solomon's writings by Hezekiah's men. There's a couple of passages by a guy named Agur and Lemuel. There's some others that are taken maybe from wisdom of other cultures. But the uniqueness about Proverbs is that it has this spiritual connotation. It has this connection of wisdom to the person of God, which is different from all the other cultures of the day and the wisdom of the day. So this one is unique in the sense that we're connected to the living God, and he provides his wisdom. So the themes of the Proverbs go something like this, and I'll write them down for you. And while I'm writing them down, I want you to think about a question here. Okay, we're going to hit wisdom first, all right? Because there are 130 or 140 passages in the Proverbs about wisdom, okay? And lots of words connected to it. I want us to come up with a definition. What is wisdom?
It's not a saying, it's an action.
It's a she.
Excellent, yes.
It's a she.
While he's doing that, I had a couple of notes in my Bible. It's a book of personal ethics. It's a book of personal conduct. It's not about our religious inner life.
Right. Much more so. The Psalms would be much more about the inner life, and the Proverbs about
Conduct.
how to do it. Yeah.
The word Israel does not occur at all in the book. And mankind, see, the word Adam is only said 33 times. So it's really a book for each person in personal conduct.